Next problem is obtain the state model of the electrical network shown in the figure by choosing minimal number of state variables. So here you are having three energy storing elements. One is L1, another one is L2, another one is C. So here you are having three state variables. Okay. So these three are the energy storage elements, and here you are having three state variables. The state variables are current through the inductor L1, current through the inductor L2, and voltage across the capacitor C, that is Vc. These three are the state variables. Okay, so this is node A. Now we have assumed the directions of current and the polarities of voltage. So we are assuming that the currents are leaving from the node. This is node A, and this current I is flowing away from the node, and this is the polarity of the voltage. Now current through the inductors L1 and L2 are I1 and I2, and voltage across the capacitor C is nothing but Vc, as these three are nothing but the state variables. Okay, the state variables is nothing but x1, x2 and x3. I1 is x1, I2 is x2 and Vc is x3. So x1 is I1, x2 is I2, x3 is Vc. This is voltage across the capacitor. So what is dVc by dt? That is x dot of x3 dot. Okay, x3 dot. Now we are applying Kirchhoff current law to the node A. So this is the diagram, and we are applying Kirchhoff current law to the node A. So what is Kirchhoff current law? Incoming current is equal to outgoing current, or algebraic sum of current meeting at the point is 0. So here all the currents are leaving away from the junction. So I1 plus I2 plus C into dVc by dt is equal to 0. Okay, so we are applying Kirchhoff current law. So here all the currents are leaving away from the junction. So according to Kirchhoff voltage law, incoming current is equal to outgoing current. Here all the currents are outgoing and there is no incoming current, so it is 0. The outgoing current are I1 plus I2 plus this C into dVc by dt. Okay. Now already we have taken the state variables, that is x1 is equal to I1, x2 is equal to I2 and x3 is equal to Vc, and dVc by dt is equal to x3 dot. So now we are substituting that in this equation. So instead of I1 we have substituted x1, instead of I2 we have substituted x2, and in the place of dVc by dt we have substituted x3 dot. From this we are calculating x3 dot. Okay. After that we are considering this diagram and we are applying KVL in this loop. This is loop 1 and this is loop 2, and we are applying KVL in this loop. So we are taking current in this direction. So we are getting L into di by dt. In this direction we are taking L into di by dt plus I1 into R1 plus E of t is equal to Vc of t. Okay, this E of t, then this L into di by dt and I1 into R1, it will be coming in the one side and Vc will be coming in the other side. So placing E of t in the one side and bringing all the other to the next side, we will be getting like this. Now we are substituting, instead of I1 we will be substituting x1, and instead of di by dt we will be substituting x1 dot, and in the place of Vc we will be substituting x3. So we will be getting E of t is equal to minus x1 into r1 minus L into x1 dot plus x3. Now again we are applying KVL to the loop 2. So here E of t we can this E of t we can take it as U of t. So that equation will become U is equal to minus x1 r1 minus L1 into x1 dot plus x3. Now from this we are going to calculate x1 dot. So we have calculated x1 dot. Now after finding this x1 dot, we are again applying KVL to the loop 2. This is loop 2, we are applying KVL. So L into di2 by dt plus I2 into R2 minus C into dVC by dt is equal to 0. Okay. What you are getting? So in KVL you are taking only voltage, so no need to consider this current. So you will be getting only Vc of t. So I2 into L2 into di2 by dt plus I2 into R2 plus Vc is equal to 0. So now we are substituting, instead of Vc we will be substituting x3, in the place of I2 you will be substituting x2, and in the place of di2 by dt you will be substituting x2 dot. From this you are going to calculate x2 dot. So we have found out the value of x3 dot, x1 dot and x2 dot. Now we are going to write the state equation. So state equation, we have calculated x1 dot, x2 dot and x3 dot. Now we are going to write it in matrix form. So matrix form is nothing but x1 dot, x2 dot. In matrix form we are going to write. So in matrix form we will be writing it as x1 dot, x2 dot, x3 dot. First you will be writing minus r1 L1. If the x2 term is not there, you have to put 0. Then 1 divided by L1. In the x2 dot you are not having x1 term, so you are putting 0. Then r2 by L2, then 1 by L2. Then in x3 dot minus 1 by c, minus 1 by c, there is no x3 term, so you are putting 0 into x1, x2, x3, plus the u term is present only in x1 dot, so you are putting it as 1 by L1, 0, 0 and u. This is nothing but state equation. So next we have to write the output equation. So output is nothing but the voltage across the resistance. Here we are taking the output variables as y1 and y2. So the voltage across this resistance R1 and the voltage across this resistance R2 are taken as output variables. So and the output variables are y1 and y2. So what is y1? What is the voltage across the resistor? I1 into R1. What is the voltage across the resistor R2? I2 into R2. What is I1? I1 is nothing but x1. What is I2? I2 is nothing but x2. So now we are going to write it in matrix form. Y1, Y2. So R1 is present, this Y1 is having only X1. So in the place of X1 you are putting R1, and X2 is not there, you are putting 0. So in Y2 no X1, so you are putting 0, and in X2 you are having R2. So X1, X2. So the state equation and the output equation, it's form the state model of a system. So now we have found out the state model of a system for an electrical system. Okay. So first we have calculated the state equation, then we have calculated the output equation. Both of these combined, we got the state model.